Hello and welcome back to the bootcamp, the digital bootcamp for BI report creators and business community. Before the short break, we were talking about how the Power BI report creators can enter to compete for the best report for a prize pool of 10,000 euros. So I'd like to welcome the lead of Riga Power BI Meetup group, Aldis Erglis, to give an overview of the report competition, the main rules, the submission criteria, and the whole evaluation process, and learn about the main sales reporting problem areas and how to approach them in your Power BI report. So if I were you, I would take some notes. Aldis, the floor is yours, and I'm going to send you live.
Yeah, hello, welcome. I think that, welcome to this boot camp. I think that how it will go and what will be, how it will be organized, Aivis will tell about it, right?
Hi, everyone. Yep. So essentially what we're going to go through is I'm going to quickly go over the event itself, so the main criteria and everything. And then Aldis is going to join me and help me to tell you more about the data sets, what are the main challenges and things like that.
Yeah, thank you, Aivis.
So yeah, if we're ready, then we can begin. Thanks again, everyone, for joining. So this is a quick overview of the competition to understand what are the main rules, what are the main criteria. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate. There's a Q&A section where you can ask all of them, and we will gladly answer all of them. All right, so to start off, the essential timeline for the competition is starting from today is the event opening. So starting from today, you're going to already start to have more sessions about data visualization, dashboards, interactive storytelling, and things like that. And also on each day, we are going to have a specific session dedicated to drill down visuals, so how to use them, how to compile them, and things like that. Really, what else you need to remember is that the submission deadline for report creators is May 30th. So unless you submit your report by that date, you will not be eligible for the competition anymore. Also an important date, something you can mark, is June 3rd, which is going to be a semi-party, let's call it like that, which is going to be the event where we actually release the top 10 reports for the community to vote on, and you can already start to see what are the best reports that have come through this competition itself. And then, of course, on June 5th, we have the closing ceremony where we will award the winners, and you will get a chance to also see kind of the whole process of how they went through it. All right, about the requirements for the submissions. So the submitted file has to be a PBX file. The size of it cannot exceed 15 megabytes. The report itself can contain multiple pages, but it's no more than 5 pages per report. As for each of the pages of report, please remember that you need to use at least one instance of the drill down visual in every single page. As far as the data goes itself, it has to be a non-sensitive data, because one of the requirements is that you provide a published web link for everyone to have access to. So just make sure that there is no sensitive data and no names or anything is leaked. As well, a part of the submission is the video that you need to create. I'll go through the video a little bit later afterwards, but it's a maximum 5-minute video where you just go through the report, how to use it, and things like that. And another point that you cannot forget is that you need to create both a desktop and a mobile view for the report. All right, if you go to kind of next step is, once you already kind of decided of kind of the idea, what you want to create and what you want to achieve, is the actual process of getting the visuals and getting the report. So this instruction is also going to be available for you under your account for those of you who are registered as report creators. Because remember, business users will not have a chance to submit the reports. This is only available for those who registered as report creators. So if you are one of those, what you need to do is log into your account, and there you will see this kind of instruction, which is going to provide you with a PBIX file, which already has all the visuals within it. We will also provide you with account credentials for specific accounts that have been created for the event, so you don't have to use your own credentials or anything. We will provide a free license for the Power BI. And the visuals itself are going to be distributed through the organizational visuals. Once you're logged in, download the PBIX, log in with your new account that we provided for you. And afterwards, you can already start to add the data and start to create these models of data or calculations or everything that you need to actually create a stunning report. Right. Afterwards, this is kind of a quick preview of how the submission process is going to work. So on your account, starting from the second week, there's also going to be a submission button. And once you log into your account, you're going to be able to click on submission form. This is going to open up a view, something like this. And right here, you can see that we have a choose file option where you just upload physically the PBIX file. Then, of course, there's a link for YouTube or Vimeo, wherever you want to host the video. Just make sure that it's accessible to public. You can make it as unlisted video, so it's not, just out there. But just make sure that everybody can access it from the jury. And also, don't forget that you need to add your published web URL for the report itself. Now, you can also see a quick glimpse of, for example, how you can make sure that the PBX has been uploaded. So you can see a percentage. Once it's done, you're going to see 100% and a check mark right next to it. And once you're done, you can submit it, but also remember that the initial submission that you create is not the final submission. You can change it as many times as you want to until the May 30, when the submission ends, and the final submission is going to be taken as your entry into the contest. So you have that option to create, for example, one variation, work on it a little bit, and upload a new version, just to make sure that at least one version has been uploaded to our system. As far as the scoring criteria go for the report, you can see a quick overview. So the main topics are, for example, how well was the solution presented in the video, how well the problem was solved, how easy it is to understand the report itself, how easy it is to use it, and how well is design, thought about. Is it user friendly? Is it easy for the experience and everything like that? And the calculations are pretty easy. We sum up all the 5 values and just, summarize them and showcase the top values for them. A quick thing I wanted to quickly go through is also this, just quickly switching a tab. Yep, it's going to be right here. So one more thing I want to recommend you to is, because I showcased you a kind of a high overview of the criteria, but if you want to learn more about the specific criteria, let's just go to the top again, in case somebody missed it. So open up zoomcharts.bi. Here you have a tab for a competition. Click on it. It's going to take you to the tab where you need to be. And here we have an overview of competition requirements. Click on that. It's going to open up a secondary terms and condition page. And here you can scroll down till section 9. And here we have 962 scoring criteria. And here you can see these points that I just covered, but you also have here more precise, or let's say definitive points on how is it actually going to be evaluated. So don't forget to look at the terms and conditions to make sure that you're covering all the aspects that are going to be evaluated within the criteria. Yeah, from my side, that's a bit. So Aldis, if you could now help me out with the data sets, the main problems, so to kind of give general idea for the report creators on what to focus on.
Okay, so I will share my screen then.
Yep.
Okay, so we understand that working with hundreds of sessions during past years with Power BI creators and Power BI reports, we understand that to create the way how to create the great reports, you need to practice a lot. But still there is a quite interesting and useful information that could be acquired like a theory and then applied to during the building reports. And for that purpose, we prepared several sessions that will cover how to work with data, how to choose right data, how to visualize data, and so on. And I just picked some 4 points that I think are most important currently when you create a BI reports, and especially in Power BI, because I think it's the best tool so far available. And the first thing is that how you could say that this is effective sales report, or any kind of report. How we could say that this is a best report, or I prefer the word effective. And if you remember how many reports you created yourself or you've seen in them, can you somehow measure, or can you evaluate them and say that really the most effective report in an organization is this one, and describe why? So it's not easy, and there are a lot of criteria what means effective. We will talk about it today, and it relates to many things, goals, how we perceive report, and how we could get the information, how fast we could work with that. And I think answering to this question will help you create the winning report. Second part is that reports and dashboards look like applications today. So it means that we live in word applications. So we have applications on our smartphones. We have applications in more and more in every service on the computer and on the internet. So it means that even reports must look more like application, and actually the behavior should be more like an application. What it means that there should be buttons, there should be separated screens and stuff like that. And in Power BI now a lot of other things available from Power Platform, like Power Apps. We expect them Power Automate and virtual agents probably. And it more and more we see that reports are looking and become more like applications. I mean, I think again for winning report, you need to consider that building this report as a self-service application that maybe is an option. Next thing is that and it's a little bit linked with the first point, that we are living in the world when we are creating reports not for fun, not for maybe looking at them, even not so much for decision support as we experienced it previously. So we create reports for proactive and predictive sales analytics. If we talk about sales reports, for actionable insights, it means that we assume the data available or insights we create in the reports will be used as actionable insights. Sometimes it's as a trigger for a human, but more and more we see that these calculations and results and insights are used as a triggers for other systems and applications. So this proactive, we will touch in the presentation today and tomorrow, we will touch this new term introduced by Microsoft, proactive analytics, what means this proactive analytics. Maybe we are more familiar with this predictive analytics. It comes from it comes from data mining and machine learning field, but this proactive, it really makes a difference. And again, thinking about proactive, showing this proactiveness in your reports will help you, I think. And the last one is from my pick list is usage of uncommon data. What it means that we usually, when we think about sales reports, immediately you will tell, okay, it's a number of deals, it's transaction data, it's sale raw data. When we see the the sales lines, or if it's in e-commerce, or if it's retail, it's basket information, and so on. But we more and more see that real insights comes from the linked data. And here you see the, also we will discuss it in some session, that you see this Harvard Business Review report, Harvard Business Review article. I encourage you to read it. You could find it and read it for free. And there, Microsoft actually shared the information, how they use this uncommon information to get to improve sales. And in this case, they use communication information. So they extract the information about how many emails sales managers are writing to clients, how many times they spend with the clients. And they discovered very interesting things like, for example, if you spend enough time with a client during the months, actually he or she will buy more your products and services. And this is only one example of this uncommon data sources that are should be linked to the sales reports. Also, very important that you in your reports, you are not just taking this financial type of sales data, but you also link them with non-financial data like communication data, like time spent, maybe productivity and focus or some very soft parameters of the sales and sales managers. So yeah, that's it from my side. I'm really happy to participate in this program, and as I said, we are preparing multiple sessions to cover all these questions and more. Yep, I'm giving word back then.
Okay, thank you, Aldis. An announcement to all of the attendees, you can click on the Q&A and ask questions. And while your questions might not instantly appear publicly, the team, we will go through all the questions and see the best ones to put out and ask to the speakers. But the next session, which will start after a short break, there we will be talking with Aldis again. And in the next session, we will be talking about, yes, Excel still might be the king, frankly speaking, of well, using the data. But the next is in what is that you're using and losing just by using Excel. So that Excel is not everything. And as a matter of fact, we see one of the questions which is not answered by the moderator team, which was a technical question, and the question is from an anonymous person. It is okay not to share your name to ask the question. So I'll just listen. For us who are first timers with Power BI, will we get a breakdown of how to use it for reports? So for first timers at BI, Aldi, what do you think?
Yeah, of course we are. Of course, our examples are for different levels, and sessions are quite short. We could focus. I think we could focus on some basic things for short time for first timers. Definitely, I will do it in this Excel session, upcoming Excel session, to show them some basic stuff. Yeah, let's see on each separate session when it goes too hard or we need to show something more in details. Then let's just ask, because we are not. Let's say we don't know what is the split of audience, how many first timers or more experienced guys or girls we have. So maybe the best advice is that if you are for the first time, please write separately to us and ask for some additional sessions, like with basic stuff, like showing how to import data, how to visualize it, and do a formatting. I think we could create easily additional session where to show basic stuff. So just ask it.
Okay, and from my side, then do the first time Power BI users, in relative to those who have years of experience, do they have a chance to compete? Be honest.
I think yes, because the result will. I think that the greatest reports will not be the most technically done, like with all the features, drill throughs, and synchronized slicers and stuff like that. I think the idea, what to show, and what to show is most important. That how you will decide that, how you can prove that this is excellent report and or efficient report, especially for sales. And yeah, I think there are chances for those who are just starting with Power BI. if they have a great idea how to visualize the sales data and how to turn them and how to tell the story of turning them into actionable insights.
My 2 cents would be on this. Yeah, there's definitely a chance for you guys to win. Because remember, even though, for example, somebody has many years of experience in how to create a report, or has been a BI developer for a company, it doesn't necessarily mean that he has been focusing on the user experience itself. In most cases, still a lot of BI report creators do what they're asked to do. So they have a specific report that they create and not necessarily, focus on these kind of things that they could do on their free time. So don't be afraid of it. Even if you're a first timer, it's not really that difficult to learn Power BI. That's one thing that I wanted to point out. There's a lot of resources that help you out. There's more than hundreds of videos on YouTube on how to do even different or complex calculations. I think Aldis can support me on that. The community is really helpful as well. So, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us. You can reach out to the community because, everyone is there to help each other. That's one of those things about Power BI that I love, that the community is actually helping it to grow as an organism, let's say like that.
Thank you, Aivis. Next from my side is Aldis. You are the leader of Riga Power BI Meetup group. And how would you comment on the learning curve of new users starting to work with Power BI? As we see, part of the attendees haven't used Power BI yet, but they will do in the next 2.5 weeks. And how is the learning curve for advanced users with years of experience? Can they match up?
Yeah, I think if we talk about visualization part, that there is a very, very fast learning curve. It means in a couple of days you become, wow, I'm almost you feel as an expert, because how to load the simple data sets. And in this context, most probably you will work with quite simple already formatted data sets, so you don't need to process them for hours. It means that you will load the data very easily and then to start visualizing. So you become, in days, you are quite good in visualization data. Of course, for more experienced fellows, you think about more data modeling, some DAX calculations, and some more advanced stuff. But if we talk about visualization, it's very easy and fast to achieve some good level of confidence that you could do it. And I think with our sessions, because if you go through this learning curve yourself, it takes time. You discover this and that. I'm working with Power BI from the first day, for more than 4 years already, and I remember all these functions and things that came in each version. As you know, that there is monthly updates for Power BI desktop. Still, from the first day, it's introduced into the market. So it's amazing work what is done, and we will take this experience. We are structuring it, and we'll give you so it will fasten your learning curve tenfold, I'm sure.
Oh, thank you. That is very nice for me to hear, and I'm certain that for all the attendees as well. And what is the usual pain point for the Meetup participants of the Meetup group that you are leading, that this is a challenge that we have been talking about every Meetup? Or what is the number one mistake new users have when they're working with Power BI that you see reappearing in your Meetups?
I think it's to be too simple. The easiest part in Power BI is that you just load data and you have visuals immediately. For example, even using some Q&A functionality, that you are not picking and creating charts by drag and drop, but you're just writing in English that please show me total sales by date, or by clients, or by product. So it's very easy to create some visualization, and it's too simple, because you don't sometimes you don't think what the idea behind that, what you want to achieve. And again, it's easy to create hundreds or thousands of Power BI reports, but how to create main question is how to create really effective report, and actually what it means, effective report, what it is. And we will try to answer these questions on all our sessions.
Okay, thank you everybody for all of the questions.